The Shadows of Rose DLC gave us an even more in-depth and disgusting overview of the tragedy that is the Winters family. And along with that, more questions and mysteries.
I loved
Biggest
it.
one yet, Ethan's face. That thing must be heavenly because we can't even catch a glimpse of it. Ethan's face is just about it when it comes to heavenly things within the Winters family. Here are the biggest question marks and mysteries in the DLC.
I loved the game so much.
Perhaps the most disturbing setting in the Shadows of Rose was Mother Miranda's study, which was filled to the brim with grotesque-looking rose eggs. There are hundreds of them,
Ew.
and if you wait long enough, more and more continue to pop out. The rose clones are tortured brutally within the Megamycete,
Yeah.
purposefully, by Miranda, in order for Miranda to find the real Ava. They are literally swallowed, eaten, or melted all together. Sounds like an awesome mom.
Right?
And it's all done in the most disturbing fashion. And this is where things get even crazier. Failed rose clones become dead husks, and some of them bear a resemblance to the lichens found in the main Resident Evil Village storyline.
I didn't even think about that.
This is fascinating because it may explain lichen origins, and because they share the same origin points within the Megamycete, Ethan possibly could have been killing versions of Rose or Ava this entire time.
Oh,
Essentially,
wow.
he was battling his daughter throughout the village, or at least failed versions and vessels of Ava. Who knows?
Wow.
This may even extend as early as the molded monsters found in Resident Evil 7. And now Ethan's hallucination of that giant rose fetus makes perfect sense. The fact that Mia was terrified of what her baby daughter would become, a monster. There's
Yeah.
a reason why Ethan is one of the best dads, especially within the RE series. He sacrificed his entire being for his daughter Rose. Like, his heart was ripped out, and he kept on going to save Rose, even after that. As we all know by now, Ethan is no normal individual. He has gained super regenerative powers through the mold. After his apparent death in Village, his consciousness was saved within the Megamycete, and when Rose enters the Megamycete, he helps his daughter even in guardian angel form. Ethan disguises himself as Michael in order to keep his real identity from distracting Rose in her goal to rid herself of her unwanted powers. The question is, how exactly is Ethan operating as an antagonistic force within Miranda's Megamycete? What or who granted him the power to communicate and even physically interfere with Miranda's plans? Is this man's will to guide his daughter so strong that not even a putrid being like Miranda can stop him? There are references to a so-called black god. So where there is evil, there must be good. And Ethan's good-willed parenthood is an extreme contrast to Miranda's obsessive and evil will to restore the dead.
I wondered this
For
throughout the
all the
entire
hell
thing.
this woman raised in Resident Evil 7, she is nowhere to be found. Mia's last appearance was holding on to baby Rose during the explosion that ended Ethan, and she genuinely seemed to care about losing Ethan and the welfare of her daughter.
Yeah?
This is a far cry to what Mia was actually doing. She's definitely not a saint. Mia worked for the Shady Connections group that created Evelyn, along with all its mold creatures, which means Mia was also connected to Miranda in one form or the other. There is definitely some foul play here. I
But
don't believe
she may
for
not
a
have known.
second that Mia has just been chilling out and helping Rose with her homework. In fact, Rose probably holds a lot of resentment towards Mia, not only for her role in putting Ethan's life in danger, but the entirety of the molded powers that essentially stole Rose of a normal childhood. Wherever Mia's gone to, I'm sure it's not pretty. The ending to the Shadows of Rose DLC really built up Rose as a character that is willing to lose it all for her family. Even the one chance she had at having a normal life, Rose has a final touching moment with her father, seeing him face to face, except us, killing Miranda and essentially destroying the remnants of the Megamycete. You'd think the Winters story is at a close, but that doesn't seem to be the play here. Rose has embraced her powers and has even taken up old man Chris Redfield's offer at fighting against bioterrorism. And the mysterious figure down the road, although not officially confirmed, seems to be a walking and alive Ethan Winters. Where can the Winters story possibly go from here? Are the connections behind yet another scheme? And will we finally see who's actually behind this evil entity? Whoever the brains behind the mold operation is, I hope they have a knack for wearing sunglasses indoors.
Okay, so one thing that I kind of meh is the fact that Mia being so, like, a lot of people down Mia for doing what she did in Resident Evil 7, and, you know, I get it. She should have told Ethan. She should have told him, you know? But she may not have known what was going on with Miranda, you know? It could have been that Miranda was there and then left long before Mia even joined that sketchy thing anyway. So she would never have known that, oh, I'm working with this person, and oh wait, 3 years from now, or however many years, she's gonna end up killing my husband and trying to kill my daughter, you know? And it just doesn't make any sense. And I hear so many people down Ethan because of how he acted in Resident Evil 7. And I'm just like, look, I mean, you know, he was dealing with a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of stuff in that game. And he, you know, and maybe that was his way of coping with everything that was going on, you know, not talking as much. Because that's how he coped with everything, you know, and he was just trying to think of everything that he could do to save his wife and to get them both the heck out of there, you know? And no matter where he turned, something was trying to stop him from trying to get his wife to safety, to get her cured, and then get her to safety. And then just like everything just kept getting in his way. Jack, the guy whose name escapes me, grabbing Mia and like taking her. And then you're fighting the mom. And then you're fighting the guy, Lucas, there we go. And then you're fighting him, or fighting his beings and stuff like that. You know, it's just like, and everything, I mean, like, everybody gets so down on both Ethan and Mia, and yet I'm glad no one, at least for what I've seen, has said any like bad stuff about Rose. I absolutely loved the Shadows of Rose DLC. I absolutely loved it. I have played it 3 times. I played it 3 times within about 2 or 3 months of it coming out. So I just absolutely loved it, and I loved the ending of it. I cried so hard. You can go watch that on the channel. I absolutely love the Winters storyline, their arc, whatever. Like, I absolutely loved it. Mia, yes, she had some hard times, but she was an amazing wife. She is an amazing mother, and I can understand her fear of Rose becoming a monster. You know, I can see that because that's what she became when she had the mold inside of her. She saw what happened to everybody else, to all of the bakers. You know, she saw what happened. So of course she's going to be afraid that is what her daughter is going to end up. It's no lie. You know, it's no lie that Ethan was and is one of the most amazing dads in gaming history. You know, he is an amazing character. I love him. He is one of my favorite characters of all time. Like, he is up there on my list. I absolutely love it, and I love the Winter story so much. And I would love it if they had more Winters in the games. And I would love it if Mia would be in it too, because she wasn't in the Shadows of Rose DLC. It would be awesome to have Rose and Mia be in a game, and then possibly Ethan be in there too. I've talked about this before, about how, like, in the Shadows of Rose DLC, Ethan gave Rose some of his powers to help her fight Miranda. And I've heard a lot of people say this, is like, then what if Rose can then, like, conjure up Ethan in certain times? You know, it's like she can talk to him, he can, like, help her out with certain things, right? But, like, you know, what if that could happen in a game, in the next Resident Evil game, you know? And Rose accepting Chris Redfield's opportunity of, like, joining his gang or whatever. You know, what if that is her first assignment? Like, that is her first alone assignment. And because I heard that Resident Evil 9 is going to be in like a post-apocalyptic or whatever, so that would be very fitting if Rose happened to be in there. You know, like it's her first lone assignment, and suddenly she's just like, you know, I mean, it'd be like how it was for Leon and how he just was going to do his job at a Raccoon City Police Department, and suddenly it's this like outbreak. You know, like it would just be her luck if she just so happened to stumble upon this. And that's not out of the realm of possibility. And I absolutely like I would just again, I would love it if she would be in a game again. I loved playing her in the Shadows of Rose DLC, and I loved doing I hated the boss fight with Miranda because I just hated fighting her again. But I absolutely loved using Rose's powers. It was so fun. I loved it, and I would love to broaden that and see people fight Rose, you know, fight as Rose and everything. Just see all of that. Like that would be amazing. It would be so fun.